Sup. Now I know what you're thinking, and no, we did not just purchase a house with an exorbitantly beautiful backyard. In fact, we are currently house sitting for my parents while they are on vacation, and so I figured I would take advantage of this amazingly beautiful space, which I appreciate all the more now that I live in an apartment which has 0 yard. I figured I would take advantage of the beautiful space to talk about something going on in our world which is a little bit less beautiful. Yeah, this is sort of one of those episodes, this time just featuring chipmunks. So the idea of desensitization is nothing new in the modern public discourse. I mean, probably since the very first time that a gunshot was shown on a screen in movies back in like the 1930s, this has been a topic of debate and endless discussion. A little while ago, even I decided to get in on the conversation specifically regarding gun violence, but the past couple days and weeks I've been thinking more and more about it and realized how much desensitization has become a part of every part of our lives, not just when it comes to violence, but when it comes to everything that we've taken into our forms of entertainment, and now when they actually happen in real life, we have a really hard time caring. The issue that launched this thought process for me was all the stuff that's going on in Hawaii with the tragedy of an active volcano eruption forcing hundreds of thousands of people out of their homes and potentially destroying everything that they have. I don't watch the news all the time. In fact, quite rarely do I watch it, and I've made no secret of that fact, but this particular world event has really hooked my attention, and so I've tried to keep mildly up to date with what's going on, and I've discovered something troubling about my thought processes regarding it. See, when I do turn on the news and I see that brilliant orange lava creeping across these beautiful islands and destroying things and people fleeing, all I can think is, that kind of looks really cool. And that's terrible. It's like I'm completely forgetting that those people who I'm seeing screaming and running in terror are real living people. They could be me, terrified that their entire life is being destroyed, and I look at it and view it almost as some sort of adventure entertainment. Because disaster movies are thing that we watch and that people flock to every summer and that people love, myself included, we've suddenly trained our brains to think that that's something that would be really exciting to live through, not something that's terrifying and should be heartbreaking. Of course, when I make myself think about it rationally, I wake up and open my eyes and realize that I'm kind of just terrible to think that way, but I don't want that to be my second reaction. I want that to be my primary reaction. I want to be heartbroken, and I want to care for these people, and I want to seek out whatever I can do to help them, and then maybe consider the fact that nature is actually pretty stinking cool when it comes down to it. I mean, I'm not going to deny that volcanoes are one of the coolest things in the world, but that doesn't mean they're not horrific when they occur. Take this mindset and expand it to anything, be it gun violence, or be it hypersexualization, or be it laziness, or be it gluttony, or be it anything that our society has taken, which really is a bad thing, and turned it into entertainment, and suddenly it's really hard to remember why it's bad in the first place. Okay, time out. There were just like 9 squirrels running all over each other up in that tree, and I really wish you guys could have seen it. Now I've forgotten what I was saying. Hold on. Now, I'm not necessarily trying to say that taking all of those concepts and using them as subjects of discussion in our entertainment is inherently bad and should be avoided all of the time, but what I am trying to say is that we ought to be vastly more aware of the effect that that entertainment is having on the way we think about those ideas. It's so easy to go through life mindlessly, not considering the way that the things we put into our brains affect the things that come out of us. But there is almost a direct through line, and my point in raising this topic of discussion is to make you think for 1 minute or an hour or the rest of your life just what it is that you watch and how that affects the way you view the rest of the real world. Because ultimately that is what it comes down to, is that there is a real world with real stakes and real issues that need to be addressed with real solutions, and the more we blur that with the entertainment, fantasy, fictional world that is pumped into our eyes almost 24/7, the harder it becomes to live well in that real world. So maybe this week, take a step back, look at the things that are going on in the world, and really truly think about the way they are affecting hundreds or thousands or millions of people living lives as full and rich as your own, and think about what you can do to help them. I'll see you next week. Deuces.